6 coach drivers from Birmingham, leaving their steering wheels behind them, picking up the challenge of a lifetime. Trading passengers for tap shoes, they must conquer the toughest Irish dance in under 3 weeks.
You're giving me a hard time, Derry, because you can do it.
The precise footwork and physical demands of the dance are worlds away from a sedentary life on the road.
Pick the feet up. 1,
It will be a test of skill and stamina.
I've got it here.
Sure, yeah, but at this stage, there's no point in saying, hi, audience, it's up here, but me, it hasn't got down there.
And with accidents and setbacks, can they master the steps in time to perform in front of 200 of their friends, families and colleagues for one night only? For the next 3 weeks, 6 Birmingham coach drivers will be trained by Irish World Dance Champion Colin Dunne. Formerly the lead of Riverdance, Colin is still regarded the greatest male Irish dancer of all time.
When you just hear and see those rhythms and great footwork being done, it does in some sense stir you, and I think all of us are kind of moved in some way to get up and move with it. I mean, I think as coach drivers, you know, they're sitting driving all day, probably not getting a huge amount of exercise, probably eating the best diet as they leg it up and down the way. So I think physically they're going to have a huge challenge. I'm just hoping they have a natural sense of just timing and rhythm.
For Colin to find his 6 volunteers, an audition is being held in Digbeth Coach Station. Drivers wait anxiously to be put through their paces.
Dancing I don't mind. After it's fine, lovely, everyone's a winner. I think I'm good when I've had a few drinks, but this is totally different.
This is it, it's the challenge I want to see. So capable at my time of life to do something, have the stamina to carry on and do something like this.
A lot of people think coach drivers are just dumb, thick coach drivers, and they prove to people that we're not.
Just hope to prove that.
We will.
We will, yes.
It's time for drivers to show them what they're made of. The pressure's on, as 70 of their colleagues have turned up to have a good look.
So I'm looking for 6 of you today to kind of do this for the next 3 weeks. I'm some idea of what's involved. 3 weeks of fairly intense dance training and then a performance at the end of it. So, I mean, just to say now, it's going to be difficult and it's going to be quite physically challenging, obviously, and mentally challenging. What is crucial is that you have some kind of sense of rhythm, that you can find a beat in a piece of music. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Colin needs to find 6 drivers who perform the most basic of dance moves, clapping in time and stamping their feet. You wouldn't think it would be too difficult.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 1.
But it soon becomes apparent that it is.
Try and separate. 1, 2. So the ones are the stamp, the clap. Separate them out. 1, 2, 1. Stamp, clap, stamp, clap, stamp, clap. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Boom, ba, 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 boom, ba, ba, All right. It's all right. Oh, relax. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Even the passengers are finding the step better than the drivers.
7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How are you? It can take years to train someone who doesn't have a sense of rhythm or timing. It can be done. I don't think it can be done in this.
The The drivers' chance to impress is over. 6 of them are about to get their marching orders.
Number 3, number 6, number 7, number 9, and number 10. You guys are coming with me for
I didn't think I was going to get through. I didn't think I'd do it. I just think it's going to be hard work, and I'm just going to enjoy every minute.
How do you feel?
Fantastic, brilliant.
Flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Flabbergasted.
Excellent opportunity.
Cheers, guys. Sorry. Well done.
Paddy,
Yep.
are you feeling a bit emotional?
Yeah, just a bit. A lot, actually. Quite a lot. I did say to you there's no such word as car. Not in my book. I've done it, and it's going to happen. And I'm just so chuffed about it. I really am. I'm over the moon. But
With Colin's troop of drivers ready to go, countdown has begun to the final performance in under 3 weeks.
hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just like to welcome aboard National Express 420 service to London, Victoria. My name's Paul. I should be your driver throughout your journey. You do get some people that look down on coach drivers, seem to think that we're sad, lonely people with nothing better to do than sit behind a wheel all day. They seem to forget that we're doing a job that we enjoy.
To be fair, the only relevance to do with dancing is the fact that you use your feet on. Think there is any relevance whatsoever.
Got any cases, driver at the back, we'll put them in for you, okay? My wife and my children know nothing about me doing this. My wife thinks I've got 2 left feet. She always tells me, so I want it surprised because I just want to see their faces light up at the end.
Could you move round, please, and we'll get everybody all into the chicane here. My job is customer service representative. Ensure everything runs smoothly, that the coaches arrive in, passengers are put on board, and the coaches get away on time.
It's an enjoyable job because you're meeting people all the time. If you enjoy driving itself, it's probably one of the best jobs you can have.
Danny, you all right? No? What's up?
I always want to excel in whatever I do, so I'm a very ambitious, very competitive person. And who knows, one day I'd like to be at the top Express.
Day after the audition, and it's straight to the studio for the first lesson.
It's to be clear from today, it's going to be really hard work. I think even some of them after what we did yesterday were kind of complaining that their legs were a little bit sore. So if that's just after kind of a half an hour of without even the shoes on, then they're going to be in trouble. So it kind of started really. All right, boys, we've got shoes for you, so stick them on.
In order to master the art of Irish dance, the drivers need to get to grips with wearing high heels.
Not exactly the latest style, but now I know how it feels.
The wooden floor is quite slippy.
Even standing up in them is difficult.
Just make as much noise as you want on them. Go for it. Get it out of your system now. Just go. Go for it. Get it out of your system. Go on, let it all out. Go!
The biggest challenge is going to be stamina, and I keep myself fit, and I managed to last through the 3 weeks of training.
The whole dance is really based on using probably as much of the shoe as possible. It's kind of, as you do with like a drum or a barrel. How can you get the most out of it? Toe, brush, stamp, brush, stamp.
After a while, it just all goes around in the head, and then now you're heeling, or stamp, toeing, and then in the brain you're doing, when you look at your feet, you're doing something else.
Ba, dee, da. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's your weight? Ba. I think one thing with Dean is he is kind of struggling with because his balance isn't, his innate sense of balance isn't that great, so we need to kind of work on that with him. That as he's kind of transferring, putting all his weight on the right and to the left, he's just kind of throwing himself here.
I mean, in coach driving, just do the check round the coach, sit in the seat and just drive off. Basically, that's all you do. But this is totally physical, mental, basically, and everything. It's really hard.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You ready? That's the 3. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3.
After a disappointing first day, Dean's back on familiar territory for some extra practice with friend Paddy.
1, 2, 3, stand. 2, stand. 1, 2, stand. You'll get it, keep going. Just keep going, keep going. 1, 2, 3, stand. 1, 2, 3, stand. 1, 2, 3, stand. 1, 3, stand. 1, 2, 3, stand. 1, 2, stand.
Paul, you know the sequence because you've done it over here.
The steps doesn't get any easier.
I think you're giving me a hard time, Sarah. You can do it.
I think the fun bit's over. I'm getting really, really frustrated with myself.
And illness and injury take their toll.
I've missed a lot. I'll be able to pull out.
Let's catch up with those crafty courses. And what sneaky shenanigans he's... Now what's he up to? Oh no, he's painted himself a treacherous tunnel. And it's Black Supper, flat out for the post. Uh-oh, really flat out.
Every day, National Express takes over 50,000 people to more than 1,000 destinations and brings them home again.
Free inside tomorrow's Mail on Sunday. 3 brilliant computer games from the blockbuster new movie, Robots. Whoa! Exclusive videos and fantastic games.
I'm a winner! Oh, dear.
Get your Robots CD-ROM free inside tomorrow's Mail on Sunday.
Hi, I'm Barry Scott, and I'm here to tell you about my new versatile cleaning product. Dirt on floors, baked on grease, tough grime and soap scum are a challenge for household clean, but now new power crystals from Sillet Bang. It's easy, simply mix with water to activate the powerful oxygen-based cleaners. Or bang it straight on and see how it is baked on oven grease. Look how much cleaner you can get from just one tub. It makes filth or sparkle. Just remove stains, even without scrubbing. Inside or out, dirt's no longer a problem with Sillet Bang. Floors, plastic and glass. New power crystals from Sillet Bang. Bang and the dirt is gone.
Returns to DVD like never before. Beautifully restored and remastered. The Mary Poppins 40th Anniversary 2-disc Disney DVD.
Luckily, got free insurance and start from $6,995.
Joining Michael Dunne this week, Jerry Springer.
Sometimes when we have a boring show, we beeps in to make it look like it.
Emmerdale star Patsy Kensit.
It really has totally changed my life.
And actor Ray Winston.
Well, I did have elocution lessons. Did you? You should have heard me before.
Parkinson, after for 1 monthly.
Let yourself go. See what happens. Free your head. Don't judge yourself. All right, go on, and just see what comes out. All right.
In 3 weeks' time, 6 Birmingham coach drivers will perform a complicated dance routine in front of friends, family and colleagues. Day 2, and time for some freestyle. Colin's looking for that something special.
I still don't really kind of know them, and they could have hidden talents that, you know, I don't know about. Maybe one of them is incredibly, you know, supple, or one of them can do a bit of a trick, if you like. So it's not just kind of this dance on them, that they also have something to kind of bring to it as well.
I find it unusual that a manager decides to strip off and fly to his knees in the Superman pose in front of them all. I just hope that they think that I am just one of them. When I'm not in my suit, I'm just struggling as they are and just enjoying it as they are, in it for the laugh.
And it turns out that Paul Olive has what Colin's been looking for. Tap dance.
Paul's been fantastic. For a 63-year-old man, he seems to be embracing the whole thing and really kind of going for it.
Paul Olive may be the eldest member of the troupe, but he's a natural at dance. That was, he's got a secret.
I used to be a professional dancer. First started off doing, because it was considered fashionable all those years ago, and anybody does more. I was trained to get the basic training, and then went into jazz ballets. I think I was pretty good at times. I've had my moment. I was about 40, middle-aged sort of crisis, and decided that was it, I was going to finish. I remember it was like, the feeling, and it hasn't disappeared at all. When we started rehearsals, back so many memories, things that I thought I'd forgotten all about. It's been emotional for me. So this is my swan song, this is my last fling, this will be it for me.
Step 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Colin might have one good dancer in the group, but he's got his work cut the other 5. Some are not taking it very seriously. And Big Paul's already flagging.
This morning, I just don't feel very well.
2 weeks, they'll be in your head.
You know, whether it's something I've ate, or whether I'm coming down with a cold, or whether it's just exhaustion. I've just over-exerted myself in the last few days.
After just 3 days, Paul heads home to bed.
Apparently it was something that he ate last night and it's really given an upset stomach. But to be fair, I think the rest of us have been watching what we've been eating, and we're on purpose because obviously this is such an important to us. I don't think he should have had his dodgy curry last night, to be fair.
6 are now 5, and the problems keep coming. Dean is still struggling with the most basic steps.
Step left, and with the heel up, step, step, step with the heel up, step, drop, 2, 3.
With only 4 hours training a day, it's going to be a busy weekend for the coach driver. To have a chance of pulling off a performance in 2 weeks' time, they must practice, practice, practice.
It's 1,000 times than what I expected it to be. The hardest obstacle is shyness and intimidation. It's sort of, oh, I've got to get it right first time. If I don't get it right, I tend to make it worse and worse and worse. Hopefully I'll get up to a certain stage. Colin will say, well done, you've done me proud.
Clever boy. He said he knows how we feel now, women with high-heeled shoes, why we moan so much when we come in from the pub. He says, I don't know how you walk in your ones.
The one where you go across, the one that you showed me last night.
What?
Yeah. I'll make him practice every night, and he won't get nothing until he practices. He won't get no dinner.
Take some breaths.
It's Monday morning, and half an hour into the lesson, there's still no sign of Big Paul.
I think we all have our doubts whether he's going to show or not. I hope we're all proven wrong. It would be nice if he's just sort of bounded in and carried on, but I'm dubious.
One, 2. I'm beginning to wonder maybe if he's just kind of back, maybe, or kind of lost his bottle. 1, 2. Inhale, shoulders up, inhale. How you doing? You're right, Paul.
Brilliant, but...
Really?
Having missed a couple of days' training, Paul's fallen even further behind the others.
1, 2, 3, brush, cut, down, step, toe, hop.
And he's feeling the pressure.
Dancers are notorious for being quite dramatic about their own physicality, and you know, you're getting a cold or getting ill. Everybody has to know about it. So I'm quite amazed that even with Paul, how he's kind of right into that dancer role of just kind of, you know, everybody knew he was going off for his water, he's going off for his tablets. It was all quite here, and it's like, oh, come on. 1, 2, 3.
I thought, am I going to be able to do this? I've missed a lot. It did go through my mind, to pull out.
5, 6.
Back home, Paul needs to put in the hours to catch up with the others.
Probably not the ideal person to take up Irish dancing to start with. I'm not an Irish dancer. Being a bus driver, it's come as a big shock to my system. They used to say, okay, right, we'll push the throttle pedal down and then we'll brake. All of a sudden my legs are, you know, tap, step, you know. My legs are suddenly contacting my brain and saying, hang on, what's going on down here? We're not usually this busy. Admittedly, I've done something on in 10 years. My own fault, really. Eating the wrong stuff, exercise.
He's actually doing it as to him when he was driving, like, he'll get to work and he says, oh, I've had a hard day. And I go, what you done? He says, all you done is sat on your bum all day, turning a big steering wheel. That's all you've done all day. He's exercising and I think he'll do stuff now.
6 days in, and stress levels are rising.
I think the fun bit's over. I'm getting really excited with myself, I really am. I'm getting angry with myself now. I think this cold helping.
What are you huffing and puffing over there? What's going on?
Really pissed off with myself now.
Right. Paddy makes me laugh, really. That competitive thing is really bad in him. One hand I endear, hand I just quite funny to kind of see, to see grown men just kind of getting so frustrated with themselves because they can't do something. Take them off, go to lunch, clear your head, you'll be fine. It's just like, calm down, do you know what I mean?
I think being a coach driver, it's more mental than physical. I mean, obviously you need your 2 feet and you need your arms, but other than that, you're not really getting any exercise, and I think that's where mine's fell by the wayside a little bit, you know. As I say, I'm quite a lazy person. For me to Irish dance on a stage, it's totally out of character for me to do.
Adding to the pressure on Paddy is the fact that he hasn't told his family what he's doing.
I haven't told the wife for the simple reason she accuses me of having 2 left feet, and I haven't told my daughters either. So it's a something that I just want to shock her with. I've got to think up things, make sure I don't trip myself up, so she finds out. For instance, I'll come in from practice and I'll get one of my clean work shirts and I'll rub my hands on the collars and then throw them in the washing basket. And that way she thinks I've been to work. You know, I've never really been this deceitful before. It's kind of surprised me, actually. I'm getting quite good at it. I'm scaring myself.
It's not Big Paul who's suffering. Today, Dean's also started to feel ill.
I'm just not too good today. And I was just sort of ache. It's more like a flu than a cold sort of thing.
Go and sleep it out. Sleep it off again tomorrow. And don't worry, all right?
Yeah.
Paul, how you doing? I mean, everyone's a bit sore.
Right in the leg.
Right.
Increase the muscle. Stiff this morning when I woke up.
Right. I mean, stiffness again.
Yeah.
Stiffness isn't stiffness, it's just a bit stiff.
Very stiff, but it's getting a bit sore now, but I'll work
So
through
it's very stiff and a bit sore.
I'll work through it.
All right, see you, mate. Take it easy.
They're back down to 5, and Big Paul's holding the group back again.
Pull your sequence, because you've done it over here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. You've got to move your legs, they're not for you. I think you're giving me a hard time necessarily, because you can do it.
We are as strong as our weakest point, and if they're struggling, then we're all going to have to be at their level, because with Irish dancing, so it does get me frustrated that some people aren't putting in the effort as much as others.
5, 6, 7, 8, and left, right, left.
Paul is struggling, everybody else is struggling.
Keep it nice and juicy.
So it doesn't help, I think, if someone's just kind of, giving them a bit of a dig as well. It's just, we're not back at school. You're grown-up guys, just, work with each other and support each other.
Doing the Irish dancing, I have learned quite a few myself. One, that body has got a limit. It needs breaks every now and then. And two, I think I've got a bit of a rhythm. Things like this, I'm always game for a laugh. I'm always happy to get stuck in.
Dan is very committed, very determined, very insistent on doing everything at the absolute highest level. He would step second best in anything. I only know him in a work context. I've no doubt that applies to everything he does. It'll certainly apply to this Irish dancing. He is incredibly excited about it.
Back at the coach depot, Dean's feeling a bit better, so he's joined fellow struggler Paul for some extra practice.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's just been nice working with Dean. It's been nice to work with somebody else instead of trying to work on at home and get your tempos right. With somebody else there, you can see what mistakes you're making and put them right, hopefully.
It sounds good.
1, 2, 3. I think I'll put an extra Right.
Yeah. You're all right.
It's another setback for Dean.
You're right then. Have a look.
Coming up, the lads travel to Dublin to meet their new dancing partners, the professionals.
Off what? When's the next play now, agree?
And they give their first public performance.
I can't believe I got up and danced in front of a room full of complete strangers.
Think about it. Do you spend £6,000 on a typical small car with 3 doors? Or £500 less on a gorgeous small car with 5 doors? I think we know the answer to that one, girls, don't we? The new Kia Picanto, the thinking person's small car.
Average current accounts come with average rates. This is no average current account. Bank is no average bank. So switching to Current Account Plus couldn't be easier. Talk to us. Just call 0800 20 21 22.
If you're feeling crafty, pop into Hobbycraft. You'll discover everything you need to be creative under one roof. And if you want to create cards or wedding invitations, there's so much inspiration. You won't know when to stop.
Crafty and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're crafty and you know it, Hobbycraft.
Last week, he told us about their sensational love life. Now Charlotte Church's ex-lover reveals her most intimate secrets and tells all about that punch-up exclusively in tomorrow's News of the World.
Keep your home warm. Call N-Power about our free energy efficiency advice.
We're gonna rock this joint, 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 we're gonna rock this joint tonight.
With 4 theme parks and 2 water parks, there's more to Walt Disney World in Florida than you've aimed.
2 Champions League giants in a game that's make or break. The bigger they are,
the harder they fall. It's all set up perfectly. Barcelona have the lead, but Chelsea have the away goal. The second leg, live and exclusive, Tuesday, 7:30, ITV1.
For the last week of rehearsal, Colin and his troupe are relocating to Dublin for the full Irish experience. Eddie's wife still has no idea what he's up to. She thinks he's driving in Scotland.
Paul, how you doing? Danny. Hello. What happened to your head? Shaved it. Jesus. Sorry.
Time for the amateurs to meet the professionals. Dervla, Colin and Mick will perform with the coach drivers Ignite.
Just be careful with Dean's hand. He sprained it last week, so I should have said that. So how's he doing? Is it
Yeah, it's not too bad, just aching a lot.
right? Well, welcome, guys. You here? You're right. Did you have a good trip over? Good. These guys are just. If you want to just kind of stand over there, leave your bags behind. We're just kind of in the middle of something here, so. Do you want to just take that from there? Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, out!
I was how good I was, and I thought, when's the next plane home going? I just couldn't imagine.
And before they know it, they're dancing with the professionals.
You know when you're out of line if you can see the person next to you. If you can see them to your right or the person to your left, you're out of line.
I think they have to be rid of themselves. I think they're really doing well, especially today after we had shown them what we can do. They might have been a little bit intimidated, but they weren't at all, and I think it kind of nearly lifted them a wee bit and motivated them to try really hard, and they really raised themselves up.
God knows, I can't drive a car, so it would be like me getting into a bus and them kind of going, break that in there and off you go on a handbrake turn or whatever. It'd be like, Jesus, and, you know.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 1.
We upped the stakes today because we saw how good they were. And I the stakes, and I personally think today was the best we've done, because they're giving us that confidence as well, and they're not laughing at us with stakes or anything like that.
After a tiring first day in Dublin, it's time for the guys to relax, let their hair down, and get into the Irish. It doesn't take much encouragement to get the drivers on their feet.
That is really good. I'll tell you, took a few of these to get me up there, but I had to go. And more perfect partner than, you know, next to me. Superb, even though I did mess up a few steps.
It's
great. It's a real buzz. Not very seen, but he's a real buzz. Devla's quite nice. Yeah, she's a nice girl.
Danny's in love, and that's it.
Even Big Paul finds the courage to have a go.
Can't believe I danced in front of a room full of complete strangers. Oh, it was brilliant. You've got to have a go.
Finally, Colin shows the drivers how it's really done. The next morning, there's no time for hangovers. The final performance is looming in just 3 days' time.
2, 3, 4, up 1, up 2, 1, 2. Pick the knees up. Point, flex, front, 2, 3, 4, and back. I don't know why you get confused on this step coming down, because it's exactly the same step as you do at the very beginning. Stop. I'm not going to be there with a megaphone counting you in, guys. You should know that by now. Dean and Paul, do you know it? You know it? What happened to you?
Trod on my foot.
Right, and again? How can we, at this stage, ensure that on 1 you go back foot down?
I've got it here, I've got it here.
Yeah, but at this stage, there's no point in my audience. It's up here, but it hasn't got down there. 1, 2, 3. No. Why no?
Both feet. Jump.
What?
There's a jump both feet.
Yeah. Now you're coming off both feet and doing that shape, so we get. Come on.
Dean seems to have really kind of slipped. I don't know if his wrist is affecting him, but his head kind of seems to be somewhere else. And I'd say out of himself and Paul now that Dean would probably be the one with the most kind of work to do in terms of, you know, remembering the steps.
So let's try that old to music. So you got the thing with Dervla. You got to come in as you walk down, put the hands in the pockets, take them out on the stand. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3.
Rehearsals are going badly, but everyone perks up when Dervla's around.
My dance with a certain lady was very good. Yep, very enjoyable. Really good eye contact. Real natural smile that came on my face.
And 25 years after Paul Olive last tapped on stage, Colin's given him the solo.
I don't want to enforce anything on you, but do you know what I mean? So we'll figure it out together. Hop 1, 2, 3.
I think considering Dunne in the past and, you know, what he's kind of facing doing this again, I just think it'd be really great for him to give him the opportunity to come out and lash out at his stuff. And, you know, I think the audience will go, you know, ballistic for him.
It's been a tough 3 weeks for Colin and the 6 drivers. Tomorrow is their last chance to rehearse, and then it's back to Birmingham to perform in front of 200 of their friends, families, and colleagues.
1, 2, 3. Again.
It's the last leg, and the steps are far from perfect.
Paul, go on your own. Do you not start? Go. And again. Relax the head. 5, 6, 7. Nope. You've got 2 legs, 2 feet. Put them down together. And. Are you nervous at this stage? Who's nervous? Dean, are you nervous?
There's one nervous. He's been on one-to-one with you. For some, I don't know why. When he took me to one side, I'm sort of...
Right. Even at this stage, even after I've revealed how normal and just kind of funny I am,
it's just something...
and revealed all my own vulnerabilities, that you still feel vulnerable when I...
Yeah, one yes.
Right. Well... Do it again, no. Have some fun!
Before they know it, it's the final through.
Slow down! Okay, and relax. Still some mistakes. Can't control that anymore. Beyond my control, what you do with it. So we're done. That's it. Thank you. Finish here today. I'll see you back in Birmingham tomorrow. Yeah, flight back. I think they're as good as they're going to be. I think, you know, every time we kind of run it now, it's potluck as to whether certain individuals get it or not. So, you know, other than maybe having a couple more drilling sessions, they ensure that it just stays in there. You know, the work is done.
Coming up, the big night finally arrives.
You must feel the tension in this room. It's just building up and building up for performance.
I'm scared.
Will the coach drivers pull off the lifetime?
Now, it's never been so important that nippers eat proper grub. That's why I've rustled up my new kids' meals. They're nutritionally balanced, especially for little uns. Let's give them the goods!
Try my new bangers and mash.
Practical and exciting. Don't see that very often. Skoda Fabia VRS.
Let's take that last verse again, boys, and this time to tempo!
She's turned a spoof comedy sketch into a musical extravaganza, rubber gloves and all.
It was a 3-minute sketch, and somehow it's grown.
The making of Acorn Antiques, the musical.
How can you not laugh?
Next Saturday, 9:15.
It's the end of 3 tough weeks for the coach drivers, and tonight it's showtime. Backstage at the biggest theatre in their hometown, the men prepare for the performance of a lifetime.
Whatever happens, just friggin' enjoy it, all right? Whatever is inside you now, let it out. You've known what you've been doing now for a week, so just let it out, take some breaths, look out, give it out, and take it back.
Got to smell good for the performance?
Mom and children think that they're coming to just a little show, just to launch the new coach. So when her and the kids and my friends see me come flying out, it's going to be a bit of a shock, to be honest with you.
Hopefully my son is in the audience. Can't wait to see his face, see what is small on his face or whatever. It'd be great.
You must have tension in the room. The energy, the amount of energy, it was like a generator, it's just building up and up for this one performance.
Very excited indeed. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to go. Really pumped up.
Tonight's performance is going to be spectacular.
I'm feeling emotional at the time. It's a mixture of nerves, excitement, and everything else. I'm scared.
The audience are seated and the drivers are now months away from showing just how much they have achieved in the last 3 weeks.
I've never had an emotion like that in my life. It's totally amazing. You walked out and when I turned around, I couldn't see nothing, nobody. It was just like a blank screen in front of me. And then when we started dancing, I think it was halfway through the routine, I started to notice the people there. Oh God, it was amazing.
Still buzzing from it. Experience of a lifetime. Loved every minute of it.
When we came on stage and they all started screaming, just all the hairs went all the back of us tingling. I'm tingling now, just thinking. Cheers, Colin.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
I've learned a lot from the last 2 weeks. So.
Cheers.
The guys are brilliant. I mean, it was so bizarre kind of sitting there and see it come together. And, you know, in fairness to them, they nailed it. Now go and get back on those bussies.
The last 3 weeks have probably been the most spectacular and amazing weeks of my life. It's just been, I can't explain it, I can't explain it. There are no words to describe the feeling of the way I feel.
This is something really, utterly and totally special. Can never be repeated.
I am just so speechless. I'd never thought he had that in him. I really didn't.
It was only when I'd done the last step and folded my arms, I actually seen her, and the look on her face. Okay, now I know what you've been doing.
I've just been told by someone down there that, like, he's been to Ireland and I thought he was worth Scotland, so there you go. So I'm a bit scared now because my good lawyer is now. But I was shocked that he'd done it. I think he'd do it. And he kept saying, "No, I keep getting it wrong." And I said, "You'll do it." And he has. I can't wait to see him. Can I go and get him now? Well done.
Going back to work today is just going to be deflated.
It's going to be a bump to come back to reality at 4 o'clock on Monday.
We'll just go back to work and remember this as a great time in our lives.
They all seem really aware of their emotions and what's going on in their own lives, and I think they've all managed to come out of this knowing something greater about themselves. And, you know, if that's what has happened, that's, you know, whatever about the performance and how they did, that's brilliant.
Next, it's a star-studded lineup.
Eastern Bargains and the controversial Jerry Springer. And the daddy of the hard men, Ray Winston.
And after the ITV Weekend News, Robert Redford and Sidney Poitier in the late film Sneakers, 11:20.